getting set up here to start drawing, and I'm also going to check and see if I can show you where I am to give you a little bit of context. I'm traveling. I'm in my hotel. I'm in Portland, and that's the Union Station right over there. And it says go by train on it. So that's where I am so far. We're waiting for folks to get on here. If you are joining this live after, I usually make them public. So if you join it later on, just skip forward until you find the drawing part. It won't be too long, but I have this period where YouTube takes a little bit of time to get me up and running. Looking forward to seeing people come on here. Here we are, traveling with an iPad and an Apple Pencil, and all my drawing apps are with me. So it makes it really easy when you're traveling to just bring your artwork with you. This is a pretty small, well, it's actually not as small as some. Very nice hotel room. Hi. I'm on vacation and I have saved up for this trip. I'm headed down to California on the train. And still waiting for YouTube to get us up and running. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just start drawing. And see who all comes on here. Hello. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad that YouTube is working. I am on vacation. I brought all my setup with me, and if somebody wants to see that, they can drop in the comments that they want to see what my portable art setup looks like so that I can take YouTube on my artwork on the road with me. Just go ahead and drop it in the comments, and I'll go ahead and show you all that. Right now, I'm working on this infinite zoom drawing, and we are moving into this one is all about clothing over a long time period. And you may have seen me working on this drawing before. These drawings can take, many months or a few years because it's drawings within drawings within drawings within drawings. You just keep zooming in closer to get to the next drawing. This is the one that I was working on as I was traveling today on the train. And I'll take you to the end here, and then we'll back out and I'll start working on drawing. Thanks for joining. Sure, I'm still on here. Pressed a button. That took me elsewhere. Here we are. Okay, and so this takes me to the end of what I've done so far. So with infinite zoom, you can set up bookmarks, and you should set up bookmarks because you can get lost in your drawing pretty easily. I think it's awesome that a bunch of people joined today. Thank you for stopping by. I'm trying to grow my channel, of course. If you can like and subscribe, I really appreciate it. And this is an infinite zoom drawing, and I will give a little overview of what I've been working on the last couple weeks, because I did a couple one evening or one afternoon infinite zoom drawings just in black and white, and they go a lot faster when you do them just in black and white because it's just like doing a line drawing. And I'll show you those here in just a second. We're going to zoom all the way out, and I'm going to go here to This is one I worked on. This one actually has a little bit of color, but I did this week. And, oh, hi, Mrs. Malfoy. Hi, how you doing? Thank you. So basically it says I got a new bike this week, or no, about 3 weeks ago. I got a new bike and I've been riding it every day, and I had to find a way to work it into my artwork. So I came up with this. So we've learned a lot on your earth at your earth school, like all these words: up, cafe, hello, hola, adios, narcissus, porque. But what does, and we go, but what does on your left mean? You like the aliens? Yeah, I do too. And then I can go in closer here and it says understanding can result in peace. So when you're on the trail, if you're riding the bike, when you come up behind somebody, sometimes they have their earbuds in, or or they're talking to somebody. And thank you for subscribing, Mrs. Malfoy. Sometimes they'll be very surprised when you come up around them. So if you say out loud, either ding your bell or say out loud on your left, people will hear you, and then they aren't so surprised. So that's what I did. Okay, let's look at the aliens again. And they're trying to figure out our language. Haha. Here they are. Yeah, I kind of like that. Alien portrait myself. Oh, I'm sorry you have to go. We'll come back another time. I come on here fairly often. You've subscribed, so you should get a notification. Thanks for joining me. Okay, let me show you what else I've been working on. So that one, the alien one I did last week. These two I did the week before. So I think I showed them last week when I did my live, but I'm not sure. So this is the end here. And I did this one to a song. And you can find it in my shorts. It's a very kind of visually narrated song, and it mentions all of these animals in it. And if you go on my shorts, you'll find it. Look for the black and white shorts and you'll see it. It's really, really good to music. On one of them, I think I got like over 20,000 views. So that's really good for me. I never get that many views. And it might have been on the one that starts with the fox, or there's another one I'll show you here that doesn't start with the fox. It starts with, so this is the end. Let's go to the beginning. Yeah, you might recognize it just by hearing the words. I have to think I'm going to go to the beginning and see if I can if you can recognize the song from the words. So you can't, I'm not gonna sing it because I don't do that. My daughter does, but I don't do that. Just trying to remember what the words are as I go out here. And it starts with the sun. And then you move in and it talks about having fun. And then we move in again. I don't remember where I go next. Here to the nose. And then it talks about a tree. And then it talks about the scariest thing is on the sea sometimes. And then it talks about a fire. Where do we go in? I think we go in right here. Yeah, we go in right here. And then the opposite talks about a snowflake. It talks about sweetness in the song. And things being nice. Hi. Therian Calico Cat. Hi, nice to meet you. And then where do we go in on this one? Uh-oh. Nice. Oh, right here. And then it talks about time. And it talks about as straight as a line. And it talks about a queen. And as buzzed as a bee. Anybody getting the song yet? It's pretty popular. It's in a lot of shorts. You can find it on my YouTube channel. Oh, we go in here. And then it talks about as stealth as a tiger, I think. Thank you. And then we move in, and the ending to this verse is it's a glider, and then the next word in the verse somewhere in there is melody, and then me, which this is not really my face, but I do wear a braid sometimes. So I'm going to go out here in a moment, and I'm going to start coloring. And we'll just quietly pass some time together. So the one I'm working on is this, no. Where'd it go? Oh, it's, weird. Where did it go? It's not that one. Oh, it's this one right here. And I will take a break, and I'll show you a couple more zooms when I get, after I get some drawing done. So right now I'm trying to color in the Bronze Age Minoan. So this is, I have very messy notes here, but I have bookmarks that take me to everything. And so far, this is the list of drawings I'm gonna do. I'm up to, I finished the Tang Dynasty. I've got some details to do on that. The Sari is the last drawing that I've done. So the next ones that I'm going to do are sort of a Renaissance woman and a Mexican Madonna are at the similar time period. So those two will go next. And then after that, Elizabethan and African Queen Amina, and then a Spanish drawing. Anyway, so, oh, thank you for subscribing so much. I am trying to grow my channel. I really appreciate that. So this one, oh no, this one I colored on, I was on a train all day. And so I just opened this up and colored all day long. Right now I am, if you joined me late, I was showing people I am traveling. And so I brought my YouTube setup with me, and I'm in Portland, and I'm near the train station. That's Union Station over there. And this is my hotel room. And so my setup for doing YouTube is basically I have my phone, and then I have this stand right here. And then I have my iPad right down there. And all I do is I just connect my phone. It's a little magnetic plate that my phone connects to. and I can just barely, hello, who do we have here? We've got Heelper. Hi, nice to meet you. So that's how I can travel, do my artwork, and do my YouTube, which I will say that this base right here is super heavy. And the reason which is great because you can move this around, you can move this whole thing around and it doesn't flop over and bust your phone. But carrying that along, I also had to carry a computer for my other job. My suitcase with my clothing and the computer and this thing was it was like over 40 pounds. So that's not my norm for traveling. But I think I would love to find a lighter weight travel stand, but so far I don't have one, and so this is what I'm using, and it works. Hi. Therian, Calico Cat. Yes. Nice to see you. Really appreciate the new subscriptions today. So I need to do the border in the background, but as far as she goes, I think I'm just going to go ahead and color this in. And I think I'm going to bring the golds into it. I'm going to do the golds, the pinks, and the blues. I'm going to do all the main colors that I'm using here. So first of all, I'm going to look on my layer. I think I'll go to a very back layer here, nearly the background, not quite the background. And I will use my eyedropper to choose this gold right here. So the first thing I'm going to do is just color in the whole background of this. So what I really, really love about having a digital art tablet, this is an iPad, this is an Apple Pencil. There's other ways that you can get Surface Pros. There's other Android type devices. You don't have to get an Apple. You can get a less expensive version. I got the iPad Pro, but I do this all the time. I use it for my day job. I won't use it for my YouTube channel. So I got the fancy version, but you don't have to get that in order to run these programs. You can get the downsized version. It's got less memory, and the screen is a little bit smaller, but you can work it with an Apple Pencil. So don't feel like you have to go over to Android if you prefer Apple. Okay, what else do I want to do here? I think I'm going to use my eyedropper to grab the colors. I think this main flower is going to be pink. And let me go to the layer right above where I was. Let's go there. I would say the only thing that I don't like about my setup is that when people comment, I have to have my eye on the phone. Let me see if I can put it just a little bit lower. That'll make it easier for me to see the phone. I'm usually focused on my drawing. My eyes are looking at this, and the comments are coming up here on my phone. I wish they would just come across here, the notification here, but for some reason it doesn't work that way. What happened there? Thank you, random DW fan. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And maybe I already did. Oh, I already did that color. Let me grab that one. That's what I need to do. So I'll just get this coloring going here. And then in a couple minutes, I will go out and I'll show you a couple more of my infinite zooms. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate the compliments. Y'all are so kind. You see how it takes so much longer when you color in these drawings? Because the program, oh, I have big news. Okay, I'm gonna go off here and I'm gonna do a little demo for you. This, the makers of this, which is Zoom Art, they don't have a lot of fancy tools, and I think it's because everything has to be vector based in order for it to work with the zoom function where you can just zoom in forever, ever. So the tools are really rudimentary, really basic, nothing fancy, no bucket fills, which is unfortunate because they could do a bucket fill and have it be vector. But I think because they have their reasons, I'm sure. So let me show you, let me go do the demo that I wanted to do. I'm just gonna go off on, I need to find some white space. I'm gonna go out to the beginning. So that would be the Neolithic. Okay, there's some white space here. So there's these 3 brushes here, and they're really the same brush, even though that has a brush on it and this has a line on it. If I were to put that all the way over there, it doesn't change the icon, but it's the same tool. And then here, what I do is I set the line width up. So this is the fattest, the big fat brush. Here's the medium, and then there's the small. And I'll show you, okay, so that's the size. And then on the bottom is pressure. And so that's what I'm gonna show you in a second. I'm gonna turn all of the pressure on here. Okay, so we'll start with this one. So as I press harder, it gets wider, and then as I let off, it gets narrower. Not super smooth, but I had it all I had it completely maxed. So let's look at the medium when I do the same thing. And then let's look at that one actually works the best. So you can see that the pressure sensitivity works better with the finer line. Anyway, that wasn't working. I have done so many drawings in this program, and that pressure sensitivity tool wasn't working for the Apple Pencil. And I wrote to them and I said, what's going on? It's not working. And they never wrote back, but then all of a sudden it started working. So it's possible they just weren't aware that it wasn't working for a certain model of Apple Pencil, and they fixed it. So that's exciting for me. Like, I was basically, when I wanted to do a tapered line like this, like right here, see how it's thick and then it tapers off? I would have to, this is how it used to be. It used to be there was no pressure sensitivity that worked at all. So I would go like that. It never got fat. So I'd have to go up here to like this one, and I'll turn that off so you can see. Okay, so I'd go like that, and then I'd have to come in and I'd have to erase to create a nice beveled line, which is kind of a ridiculous activity when you're drawing. It shouldn't be like that. And so thank goodness they fixed it. I don't have to do that anymore. Now I can, when I turn the pressure sensitivity on, it actually works. So thanks for joining me, folks. I'm going to go back and work on coloring. I was at the Medieval Dragon Celtic art, and we're working on this flower right here. What happened there? It looks like there's a line missing. Wow, that's an optical illusion. Oh, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to go here to my black layer. Probably here. And I'm going to grab the black marker. And I'm just going to figure out what happened there. There we go. Go back to my colored layer. Just checking my comments. Thanks, folks, for stopping by. Looking to grow my channel. If you enjoy Zoom art, if you enjoy any kind of digital drawing, I'm doing a lot of it these days. I share everything I know. I would love to get monetized on YouTube so that I can, can make a little bit of money for all this time I put in giving away free lessons. So appreciate it if you like and subscribe. I wonder if people would enjoy it who like watching. I notice when I go to YouTube Live, there are a lot of people who just write people's names, which I just thought was so bizarre when I first saw it. But of course, it's kind of mesmerizing. But I was thinking, I don't really want to sit here and write people's names. Like, that's not why I'm on YouTube. But I thought it might be kind of fun if people want to leave their name, just like their first name or a word, like a name, not just any word, but what you go by, a nickname. If people want to leave that in the comments, what I was thinking about doing was creating a page inside of the drawing that I'm working on, and I would title it YouTube Viewers, and then I would just add those names of people that watched YouTube and watched me draw this. So like here, I can set up a bookmark. And so I want to go out to the Bronze Age, no, I want to go out to the Neolithic. And I'm going to erase my lesson right here. And then I think what I'll do is I'm just going to create a big box over here. I'm going to go right there and I'm going to call this, I'm going to bookmark this, and I'm going to call it, I just thought of this while I was drawing. I'm going to rename that and I'm going to say YouTube viewers. And anybody who puts their name in the comments, I'm going to put my name down here first. I'm going to go really close. I'm going to put my name in here first. And then if people want to drop their name in the comments, I'll add it. I'm not going to add it while I'm drawing, but I'll go back and I'll add it, and then I'll show people later that I did it. Oh, right on, Waden. Yours is, you know what? I'm just because you did that, just so people know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write Waden in here. So W-A-I-D-Y-N. Okay, you were the first one, Waden. I am going to go back out here and do a little bit of drawing. So that way, if somebody comes on here and they give me their name, I'll be able to go to my bookmarks and I'll just go to YouTube viewers. It'll take me right there. And then I can go back to where I was drawing. I was working on, oh, thank you, Whitney. Hi, how are you? I was working on, not the Mayan dignity. I was out here working on the Celtic queen. Anderson Bade, my name, that's my cousin. Can you also do Anderson Beade? Beside. Maybe you meant beside my name. That's my cousin. I'll go ahead and add the word Anderson. Oh, beside, yeah. I will do it. Green bean, thank you. So if I go there right now, if I did it right now, which I could, so YouTube viewers, Anderson, should I do it below or above? Beside my name, that's my cousin. I'm going to do it right beside that, your name. Oh, below, okay. Thank you. It's not really calligraphy, it's just my own style. So I'll go back to my drawing. Oh, Janistra. Okay. I'll add Janistra while I'm here. I'm going to put a capital J. Let me do that again. Janice, oops, I put an R in there. Let me erase that. Janice Stuh, yes. Okay. Hi, Patrick. How are you? So I'm going to go back to where I was drawing just because I'm here to draw. I just thought it would be fun to add people's names into my drawing. And so that's what I'm doing. Doing it. And if I miss your name, I will, before I close the live, I'll go back and make sure that I got everybody's name that wanted to be in this drawing. So let's see here, what color? I think I'm gonna do a green. So, whoa, let me go out here and grab this green. It's hard to draw and keep up with you all. There's so many comments today. Patrick. Oh, okay, Patrick. I'm doing it. Patrick. Let's change color, Patrick. Let's go to green. Thank you. I'm going to fix this. There we go. And I'm going to go back over here to my, thank you, Patrick. I'm going to go back to my medieval flower. And let's get a little bit of work done on that. So if I get famous when I die, these YouTube drawings will have your name in them. If you drop your name in the comments, I will add it to the list that's inside of this drawing. And I'm going to stop here and give you all a tour of the whole drawing in a minute. Just going to finish this one green area. Okay, I'm going to go out here, I'm going to go to my bookmarks and I'm going to go to the Bronze Age. No, I'm going to, why do I keep making this mistake? Start at the Neolithic. So this is basically clothing over time, like what we humans have worn in different ages and different parts of the world. And today, just for fun, because I come on YouTube a lot, I am going to start adding people's names that drop their name in the comments, and it's going to be part of my drawing forever, basically. And so I'll just show you how we move into this drawing. Oh, thank you, Whitney. Yes, just keep practicing. I'm old, okay? I'm like 60, I'm 64 years old. I've been doing this my whole life. And so it takes a lifetime of drawing to, you know, to really get good at what you want to do. Some people want it, you know, this might be too illustrative. This might be a little too commercial for some people. Some people might want to do like very fine art oil paintings, or someone might want to do photorealistic drawings. will all start out experimenting, and then just they keep working and working and they get better and better. So this is all I've done on this drawing so far, but I've been working on it literally for months. I have other drawings I do too, but this is what I'm doing right now, along with some other ones. But this is, I just keep going. I have a lot more fashion, clothing, historical stuff that I want to put in here, so I'll just keep going with it. I'm going to block in the big part of the green here, and then I will detail it around the edges. Thank you so much for stopping by. As I told folks, I'm just coloring in my infinite zoom, and I've given a few tours of it. And then I did something completely spontaneous today by adding a bookmark in here that takes me to a list, and it basically says YouTube viewers. And so I add your name inside my infinite zoom drawing on the YouTube viewers. If you will leave your name in the comments, I'll go ahead and add it to my drawing. Just so people know that they can do that. Okay. What other colors? I'm going to do I think I'm going to do the blues on the outside, and I might go with the yellow in the center here. I feel like I have a lot of cleanup to do on this drawing. I might just do a little bit of cleanup right here. Thanks for joining me. Oh, I see another comment. Whitney, thanks a lot. I can really see how much you love drawing and how you're trying to grow through art. Yep. When we draw from the heart, our art really shines. Yeah, it's really true. Yeah, you won't see any really super dark art from me. I do draw from my heart, and it tends to be pretty whimsical and kind of silly, honestly. But that's okay. That's just my style. So I want to go back here to where I was coloring in the yellow, because I just revealed a little. There we go. What other colors do I have up here? I've got that green there. Might be interesting to put that green in the center. I never put green in the middle of flowers, but I'm doing it. It's a flower inside a flower, because this is a zoom drawing. Really appreciate all the hearts I'm getting. I see all these hearts go flying up the side of the screen. Like, what a compliment. This is kind of when you're scrolling through YouTube, there's a lot of activity, and I mean, it's almost like going to It's like going to like a public market. There's just like people selling stuff. There's people doing their craft. There's people just talking, like they're blaring about politics or, you know, whatever they want to talk about. Oh, thank you, Horsey. Horsey, where is that? Are you Horsey because you like horses, or is it a name that is it a name that you basically came up with? Y'all are so kind. I think I like this, adding this lighter green in here in the center of these. You know, anything that you do, whether it's play an instrument, you know, if you're in track or football, or you're in ballet, or you play the piano, or you draw, or you make videos, you do photography, it doesn't really matter. It's all a way of us expressing ourselves. And if you want to get really good at it, just put in the hours. You'll be okay to start out with. Sometimes, occasionally, people are fabulous when they start, but that's really quite rare. I think I'm just going to add an accent line. Yeah. Anyway, what I was saying was you just have to put in the hours to get good at your craft, whatever your craft is. And it just sort of happens once you put in the hours, everything starts to get better. I'm gonna have to do a little touch up here, I can tell. There we go. Here's some people in the hallway of this hotel. I'm traveling. If you joined me recently, I took all of my art, I take my artwork and my YouTube setup on the road with me when I go on vacation. This is my first ever vacation where I'm not visiting family. I'm not with anybody. I'm alone. I basically never take vacations alone. I always travel with someone, a partner, a friend, you know, a business companion or something. And so this is kind of exciting to be on a fun vacation all by myself. I never do YouTube when I'm on vacation, but I decided that I wanted to bring it with me. I wanted to bring my setup with me so I could do YouTube. So here I am doing YouTube. Thanks for joining me. Hi there, I'm glad you're back. It was really busy here for a while, then it kind of quieted down. Thanks for coming back, Patrick. Okay, that's starting to look quite pretty. Now let's add the blue around the outside. I'm going to go with the light blue. First. Ah, I love the back button. Thanks for dropping by. I'm adding names. Patrick is on here and I added his name to my drawing. If you want your name added to my drawing, I have a list going. This is the first time I've ever done this. I'll show you, YouTube viewers. And this drawing's going to take me a long time to finish, so I made my box really big. And I've had a few people drop their name in here. And I've added them to my drawing. So I'm going to see if I can go to the last painted. Oh, yay, it took me right back. Perfect. You know, I had some snacks earlier, so I'm not going to eat dinner at the hotel tonight. But I am going to eat breakfast tomorrow, and I'm going to order a giant breakfast. I'm going to get bacon, eggs, toast, hash browns, if I get a traditional, and if I don't, if I decide, oh look, how did that happen? I'm gonna have to hit the back button. Hopefully it'll go away. Oh no. Okay, no, it's not going away. I'm gonna have to draw over all of this. I accidentally, you know what? That's just how life is sometimes. You just gotta not get too bent out of shape when you make a mistake and just fix it. There, I fixed it. Okay, now I'm going to add the dark blue. So when I move in and out, the pen size, the ink that gets dropped changes. Sort of an interesting thing I figured out just by using Thanks for stopping by. Hey, just to let you know, my counter says there's only one like person in the live stream. You know, it's possible it drops down to like 0 sometimes, and then all of a sudden it'll be up at 29 people. Right now I was showing 2, now I'm showing 0. It's okay. People come and go. That's how life is. They'll hang around if they want to just do something relaxing and watch somebody draw and yammer on about drawing. That's what I do. It's not everybody's cup of tea. I like how this is starting to look. Oh, wow, thanks. Don't feel like you have to. You can always swing back by if you want to go look at other people's stuff. But you know what? It helps my channel immensely if you hang out. I'm looking forward to the day that I break out of being a small YouTube channel and become a big one. But it's okay for now. I'm just a small YouTube channel. I'm good with that. It's no different than, I think it's no different than like the art itself. Like I didn't get good at the art until I put in, like I had to get all the bad drawings out of my system. I remember an art professor telling me that. It's like, you gotta draw the drawings to get the bad ones out of your system. And then the good ones start to show up. And that's kind of, I think it's the same when we're talking about YouTube, is eventually I figure out what really entices people to hang out, and then I just do more of that. So there we go. I feel like I might want to just do a thin line here of the dark green and just add a little detail in case somebody wants to look close at this. Okay, I want to go back and work on the Mayan dignitary. Hello, Joshua. Yo, how are you? I am working on an infinite zoom drawing here, and I was working on the Mayan dignitary. I want to improve the coloring on the face. Thanks for joining me. I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm glad that you're doing okay. I like to add a little bit of fun stuff around the eyes. Hey, Joshua. So if people want to actually be in one of my drawings, the way you can do it is drop your name or your nickname in the comments, and I will, hold on, before I do that, I just want to, I'm going to show you something. So just hang on a sec. I just want to do the last drawn right here. Okay, so I'm going to show you my YouTube viewers in this drawing. So this is the beginning of the drawing, the Neolithic period. And I am starting to, when people want to be part of my drawing, you just tell me your name or your nickname, and I'll put it in here. And so that's for anybody who wants to, and you certainly don't have to. I'm okay, you okay, yes. And so I'm going to go back to the last. Do you want me to put your name in? Is that what you're saying, okay? Joshua. Last painted. Oh, Josh. Okay, I'll put Josh in. Hi. He boot too big for he goddamn feet. That is a really long name. So it's an infinite zoom drawing, and right now I'm going to add Joshua's name to it. Josh, YouTube viewers. Josh. What color do I have on my pen? Oh, it's kind of that funny brownie color. Let me go back. Let me grab a brighter color. Let me grab a nice purple. And we're going to put in Josh. Oh, thanks, Joshua. So I'm going to go back to my last drawing, the last painted. Oops, oh, that is the last painted. So let me go back to my Mayan dignitary, and I'm going to start adding some color. Hello, Stormation, thank you for joining. Very kind of you. I'm going to go to my palette here and look at Derma. Let's go with, I think I'm going to go with a little bit lighter shade than what I have. So I think that's what I have. Oh no, that's darker. Let me go back and choose a lighter shade. I want to do some highlight. So that's the color I chose. So let me go there. Okay, there we go. Oh, I got lots of things popping here. Oh, Patrick, thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoy my live streams. That's super important. Thanks. Yeah, this style, I was trained in school as an illustrator, and one of the exercises that we did was basically to just learn how all the different drawing styles developed throughout the history of art. And then I got kind of interested in fashion a little bit because I just like fashion. And so you see, this is kind of what I ended up with. Go back to the light color and do some highlight on her eyelid. I have done some animation. I can show you Stormation. I've done a little bit of, I'm gonna do her lips, her lips like a dark, I'm gonna go with a dark caramely color. And then I will go over to my fresco. And as long as my connection is okay here, I will show you some animation that I've done. You can also see it when you go to my shorts, but don't leave just yet. I'll show you some of it. The thing about, if you go to my shorts, you'll see it with music. You see my animation with music. But I'm going to show you my animation in my iPad right now. I just want to go to my fresco program. And it's going to open up. So here's one I did recently. You do animation, but it's chaotic. Oh, that might be interesting. So this is one that I just did lately. It's called Cosmic Ink. And if I hit play, the pen dips in and it puts some color all over the page. I hit play again. And so to do that, basically, the pen, let's see, the pen has how many frames? Let me just tell you. 46 frames. So I had to draw the pen in 46. Down here is where my frames are. No, it's not Flip a Clip. This is, I've done Flip a Clip though. I've been doing art my whole life and I'm 64. So yeah. Let me show you some more. This is Fresco. This is Adobe Fresco. They have a motion. It works great with an Apple iPad. That's how I kind of got into it. And they have a motion tool in Adobe Fresco. So let me go back here and find you another one. Here's another one. And we'll hit play all on this. So that's action. Ideation to creation is basically adding some action to your ideas. Thoughts made manifest by, it's my ideation to creation machine. And let me show you, whoops, pause. I've got some other ones that are pretty cool. Let me see if I can find a couple more for you. I don't know if this one moves. I think it does. I think the background moves. It's taking a little while because it's a really big file. We'll just give it a second. Yeah, here we go. So here is an owl that I drew. And I just make some moving parts to it. Thank you, Stormation. I appreciate your compliments. And it's just a matter of practice that gets me there. Appreciate the likes. And it's got to save it. I don't know why it's got to save it. I guess it's saving it to my machine. So let me see if I can. This one's kind of fun. Not now. If this one's working, we'll see. Thank you. I think it helps when you give me those, I think those are like they bump up. They tell YouTube it's a good video or a good live stream and that they should share it with more people. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it because that'll help. It'll help bring more people on here. So this one just has the birds moving in it, and there's actually, I think I only have one bird, and It's just 4 drawings. It's 4 drawings where wings are out, in, in various stages. And thanks so much, Joshua, for all of the right on. I appreciate it. So I just did 4 different frames for the wing flap, and then it allows me to put in a motion path to move them around. It also allows me to duplicate. I could probably come on here and just do a whole demo, a live demo on how to do motion animation in Adobe Fresco. I don't watch too much anime. I watched whoever, yeah, you should try that. So let me just go here really quick to, I'm going to answer a question here that you're asking me intelligently, but I need Google to help me remember. Or maybe I could just ask you, who is the artist who came up with My Friend Totoro? My Friend Totoro. That is this artist. Voices, focus on 2 young sisters. My Neighbor Totoro. Who's the artist for it, though? Artist. The primary artist and director of My Neighbor Totoro is Hayao Miyazaki. Okay, so I got a lot of comments here. Just want to make sure I'm catching up. Studio Ghibli. Anyway, this is as close as I get to anime, is that particular artist. I love that artist. He did quite a few films. Studio Ghibli. Ghibli. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. So let me see if I can show you. I'll show you a couple more animations that I've done. Let's see this one. Sometimes it takes a second, so bear with me. And then I'm going to go back to my Zoom drawing, and I'll give folks a tour. Right about the time that I'm going to give up on this, it usually opens, but I'm kind of feeling like I want to give up on this one. It's just taking too long. Oh no, there we go. It's the anticipation waiting for the file to open is crazy. This is just like keeps you waiting because it's like moves over just a little bit. Come on, open. All right, I might give up. Should I give up? It could be my connection is slower because I'm in a hotel. All right, there we go. I did it. Now, I think this one moves. I think the sun is going to move or spin and the stars are going to move. I'm not sure. So you notice I've only got 1 star drawn. But look at all those stars. Because this program has a way to create duplicates of your drawing. You don't have to draw it over and over again. So I really love this one. Keep going. Worth the wait. Thank you. Yeah. So I could do one more. Let me see. What do I have here that you will find interesting? I'll do one more. Files, your files. I feel like I've got some on here that are not showing. Your files. There we go. This one is an axolotl. No, it's not. It's a grass. It's a sea slug, and it has an interesting name. Oh, it's a sheep grass, or a grass sheep sea slug. And the reason is because the body looks like blades of grass. No, leaf. It's a sheep leaf sea slug, and the body looks like blades of grass or leaves, and then the face, or the slug face, looks kind of like a sheep shape. This one doesn't have motion to it. Sorry, my bad. This is the one that has motion to it. They take longer to open when they have motion. Oh, wow, 2:40 a.m. for you, Joshua. So you're up really late. Where are you? What part of the world are you? So 2:40 a.m. It's 6:46 here. So that means you're way ahead of me. You must be like, what country are you in? Are you in Greenland or Europe or? Oh, here we go. I'm going to hit play all. So this one's got a lot going on. It's got bubbles. It's got water. It's got sort of murky water, kind of white murky water moving around the top of it. UK, wow. That's so cool. So far away. I love how YouTube connects us. It's really nice. Okay. Whoops. Stop that. And I'm going to go back out here. All right. I did promise you that I was going to go back and do some more drawing, which I will. And just for people who've joined me a little bit late, I'm going to share a couple things. One is, on this drawing, I'm adding YouTube viewer names. If you want to leave your name or your nickname in the comments, I'm adding it because that's kind of a thing on YouTube, is adding names to lists. And mine is inside of my drawing. It's just another bookmark inside of this drawing. So I'm going to go back over to, I'm going to go to the sari. Where's the sari? Sari. Here's the sari. And I'll show you the whole drawing. And then this is the Tang Dynasty, where women on horseback were a common sight. There's the Mayan dignitary, which I'm going to draw on her face in a few minutes. Here is the Nordic Celtic, kind of a combination figure there, and then that moves us out to the Grecian pots being held in a crystal ball by an Egyptian woman inside a Minoan character who is inside the eye of a Neolithic woman. Yeah, the ancient Egyptian I really love. You know what I think is really cool, and I never knew this when I was a kid, or even when I was in college, it just didn't dawn on me to like imagine things outside of what's normal in what you see in art history. And so when I go, let's go to that Egyptian drawing. So this, I would have looked at that when I was in, if you look at Egyptian art, there'll be a lot of these big, sort of, it looks like a headdress. But when you look close at them, there's often just these curly locks. And I realized that what they were drawing were afros. If you look at Egyptian art, there's a lot of afros in Egyptian art. So go check that out. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing this drawing, and I want to keep going with it. I'm going to add a lot more detail around the background, probably. See why this drawing is taking me years? So I'm going to go back to my Mayan dignitary, and we're going to work on her face a little bit. Thanks for joining me, folks. And here I want to add, actually, I think I'm going to go and grab this color, but I'm going to go to my classic and I'm just going to add a little bit of red to it. Just adding a little bit of shadow. Okay, and we're going to go with a super dark hair. It'll be in the brown family, but it's really going to be almost black. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it's really dark, dark, dark brown. It's not black, but it's almost black. I like the emojis. Those are great. Thank you. Don't forget, for the folks that have joined me, if you are brave and you want to drop your name or your nickname in the comments, I will add it to my drawing. I have a bookmark inside this infinite zoom that says YouTube viewers, and it's basically people that want to have their name put inside of my drawing. And Josh, it was the last person who I added. Happy to add some more folks. Okay, I'm liking that. That's looking pretty good. There's some character to that face. Okay, and so this headdress, this is some sort of a hat this person's got on. So I'm just going to go to my palette and choose a new color. Palettes, and I have this Fiesta palette chosen because it's really similar to Mayan traditional colors. I've got purple and pink behind it. So I think I want to go over here to something completely different. I'm going to go to this dark blue for the and make it match the dress. Oh, well, thank you. Yes. I'm honored that you're hanging out with me. Are you kidding? Goes both ways. Yeah, this is not the same as one of those channels where you go on and all they do is write people's names. Which is cool. It's kind of cool. I'm like, what is that all about when I've seen it? So this is kind of a riff on that, like adding people to my actual drawing that visited me on YouTube while I was drawing. And I really can only do that on infinite zooms. If I were to do that, well, I guess I could do it on Adobe Fresco too, but I would have to like hide the layer when I go to print the artwork because just because of how it centers things. And anyway. What were you drawing, Josh? Tell me what you were drawing in the comments. Okay. So I think we're gonna go with, oops, no. That color and go to my classic and go down to a darker. There we go. Goku and Luffy hanging out. Okay. So that's a reference that I don't know because, I don't know, I'm just not up on. So I'm going to look it up. The name, you put the names in the comment. Is this, so is this characters you made up, or are these famous characters and you're just drawing the famous characters? Famous, okay. Goku and Luffy. Let's look them up. Goku and, whoops, Luffy. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Cool. So this is the anime.
Hello, everyone.
Oops.
And welcome to
I didn't actually mean to do that. I just wanted to look at the artwork. I'll end up with a copyright strike if I play something, so I was just gonna go back and look at the artwork. Okay, so that's cool. Thanks for sharing. Second one you've drawn, very cool. I wonder, does YouTube on the posting page, I wonder if you can share your drawings. Like YouTube has, if I go here to YouTube, And then I go to my channel. That's in my history now. If I go to my channel and I go to shorts, home. Nope, I want to go to my channel. Let me go back. Here we go. Here's my channel. So I can go to posts. Oh, you post them on where? So I think you can add comments. I think you can add a comment. Can you add a picture? I don't think it's, yeah, I don't think you can. I'm like, YouTube needs to have a way that people can share images. Oh, your channel. Oh, what's your channel? I want to look at your channel. Joshua's. Oh, retracted. Okay. I'll check back in a minute. All right, so let's do some let's color in her hands. If you go over to your own page, to your own channel, I think you can copy a link to your channel, and then you can come back here and drop it in the comments. Yeah, take your time. I'm going to be here for a little while. Oops. Oops. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I want to grab this color right here and then go back here and put little toenails on this person. This is kind of messy in here. I might have to clean that up. Okay. I think I'm going to grab this purple. Okay. That's okay, Joshua. I will look it up. Well, I didn't mean to go outside that line. Thank you. And let's go with the bright orange, the ready. I don't think I've done much of this yet. Oh, great. Thank you. I'll check out your channel and subscribe because anybody who's making art, I want to follow. It'll be easy. I think I can just look at my subscribers. You'll be on the list, and then I can go click on your name and go look at your channel. I'll do that after I'm off the live. I love following anybody else who's an artist because, I mean, everybody has TISM. What's TISM? TYSM. I don't know what that means. I think I'm going to do multicolors on these little dots here, these little, I don't think I'm going to make them just one color. It's an opportunity for fun. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. All right, so let's do another, let's do this. Similar but different color. And there we go. Okay. I am kind of looking forward to my breakfast tomorrow. I'm already thinking about it. That's the fun part of vacations. Food is a big fun part of vacations. Sometimes it's exercise, sometimes it's dancing, sometimes it's museums, sometimes it's food. Sometimes it's all of that. I'm gonna have to fix some of those dots. They're not. I'm gonna go to my big brush. Oops, I need my small brush. Oops. Not that these have to be perfect. I just do it because. Just because. Okay, and then we'll tidy these up. These look a little better. I think I was just a little more careful over here. Oh, whoops, wrong color. Oh, that's kind of nice though. I like how it blends. What happened? Okay. Let's take a look at her. The Mayan dignitary. We're making progress. What's kind of cool about this is I can just say, oh, I'm kind of tired of drawing that. I want to work on this cat's eye and make the cat's eye more interesting. So let's do that. Let's do it. Let's go with a little bit darker towards the outside and the top. And then let's go with a lighter. And let's go with a little bit more of a green color. Oh, that'll be fun. Now those are kind of blue-green eyes. But let me see if I can just erase that. Yes, okay. See how all of these were kind of blunt ends? That's because I couldn't, and these are pointed, but I had to like draw and erase them. If you were here earlier, I was telling you that the pressure sensitivity wasn't working for a long time. So I'm actually going to test it right now. Let's figure out what layer that line is on. It's on that layer right there. I'm going to choose that color. I'm going to erase this line totally and see if I can get a pressure sensitive line to come on now, because that was really blunt on each end and I want it to be way more tapered. That's a little bit better, but let me try this one. Which is sort of okay. Still requires a lot of drawing. That's just how this program is. Okay, well, I have to tell you folks, I have been having so much fun with all of you. Oh, gotta let me erase that. Oh, what layer is that on? Where is that dot? There it is. Oops. I am feeling a bit tired, so I think that I am going to call it a night here in a moment. And just before I leave, I want to give a couple people on here who are still on here the chance, if they want to. Let me go to my bookmark. If they haven't asked me already, I will add them to, I can add you to this list of live viewers as part of my drawing, and it'll stay inside of my drawing. Just give me your nickname and I'll write it here. Of course you don't have to. Oh. Oh, it's too late. The lasagna is evil. I'm not sure what to think about that. Is that your nickname? All right, so I'm gonna guess that's not your nickname. And I am going to move over here to my favorite, one of my favorite parts of the drawing. Oh, is trying to strike me. I'm not sure what that means. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna go to the last painted, which was the Grecian era, a Greek pot. And my favorite Egyptian girl. And with that, I will just do a quick tour here. I'm going to start this whole drawing just so you can see it. I'm going to go all the way back to the sari. This is my fashion zoom drawing. And it goes out to the Mayan. No, I'm sorry, not the Mayan. It goes out to the Tang Dynasty and out to the across the globe to the Mayan dignitary. We're traveling forward in time to the Celtic. Bye, Joshua. I'm going to be leaving very soon to the Mayan Celtic. I'm sorry, not Mayan. The Nordic/Celtic figure. And then we move all the way out to what you saw before, which is the Egyptian pot, I'm sorry, the Grecian pot, and then the Egyptian queen to a Minoan goddess, and then out to the Neolithic period, which is the beginning of the drawing. And then right over here is where I'm adding, I just started tonight adding YouTubers' names who want to join my list. So you will be part of this drawing forever. Thank you so much. I am going to move on. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see me again. I draw on here on lives about, once a week. I don't have a set schedule because I just can't do that. I work full time and have animal to care for, and it's just hard to have one more thing like pinned down on my schedule. So I leave my YouTube a bit loose. So if you subscribe, you should get a notification when I go live. And hopefully you'll be able to catch me on here again. Anyway, thank you so much. And I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. It's been absolutely fabulous. Bye-bye. All right, see you, Joshua.